Are you ready for the next guest, Nick?
I absolutely am.
All right, here we go. Let's welcome to Totally Driven Radio, Chloe Noelle. Welcome to Totally Driven Radio. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Good. You're so enthusiastic. I love it.
Thank you very much.
So, of course, everybody knows you from True Blood. But the thing that's funny is that we saw you also on, I guess it was your little Kids Corner segment where you were talking about teddy scares, which is my cousin's company.
Oh, my gosh, it's so cool. Yeah, I totally love teddy scares. I saw them back at Comic-Con, and I love teddy bears, and I love that, like, horror genre. So pretty much this is, like, right up my alley. I love how when they come in little, like, coffins or boxes, I think that's so cute.
So, okay, how does an 11-year-old girl get into the horror genre that you just said you're so into?
Well, ever since I was, like, really young, I've always liked Halloween and the butts and the gore and the guts and the gore and the blood and all that stuff. I love it so much.
So, okay, so this makes things, I guess, a little more sense for me then. Which we'll get into the whole True Blood thing. Let's start before you got into True Blood, though. Like, how did you get started in the whole entertainment world?
Well, theater. I just started doing theater, and some of my friends said, hey, you should check out this agent. I think she would love you. And so we went down, and we got the agent, and sort of just went from there.
Wow. You make it sound so easy. So your first, I guess your first.
It's not easy.
Believe me, I'm sure it isn't. I couldn't do a quarter of what you do, probably even a tenth of what you do. So I guess your first jobs were then commercials you did?
Yes, I did a Kool-Aid commercial first, and that ran for about 2 years. It ran for a long time, and then a Target commercial and a Quaker Oats commercial that I actually got my SAG card on, but it never aired. But it was still totally worth it. Totally worth it. And then recently, well, not that recently, but I got a Philadelphia cream cheese cooking cream commercial, which was really fun to film.
Very cool. Now, with the Kool-Aid commercials, so did you get to actually work with the Kool-Aid guy?
Yeah, I actually have a picture way back from when I was really, really tiny, and me with the Kool-Aid guy. It was really cool. And it was amazing to see how they did it all. In fact, that actually inspired me to make all this acting stuff that goes on around me. Actually is inspiring me to make a movie, which I am in the process of.
Really?
Mhm.
Look at you. So do you you sound like in other words, when you're on the set for whether it's commercials or TV show or whatever you're doing, you're kind of sitting back, almost kind of watching everything happen and taking it all in and learning everything.
Yes. It's also a very good thing for school because, I mean, it does teach you a lot. Sometimes since I'm a kid, the camera guy will come over and show me how the camera works when they're switching out the film, or the sound guy will explain what he's doing when he's putting my mic pack in. I mean, it's very cool. It's a very cool environment to be in, and I really think it's a good learning process for kids.
That's awesome. So, let's see. Then we went from doing commercials. Was it from doing commercials you got into True Blood?
And then I got my manager, and they said, yeah, there's this theatrical agent, so I got him. He is so awesome. And then I got True Blood. It was actually one of the first theatrical things I ever went out for. And it changed my life. It really did.
Oh, I'm sure it did. I mean, True Blood is a huge show. A lot of people. I mean, it's one of the top shows, You got to figure, and you're part of that. And you were a big part of this past season, as a matter of fact.
I know. I mean, I was so happy when I got the script for the first episode of season 6, because I realized, I'm like, oh my gosh, this first episode, I'm not guaranteeing anything, but it looks like I'm going to be in here a lot. I'm like, yes, that rules. It's more work for me. I love doing acting. It's like, I just feel like I'm meant to do it.
So did you watch, have you ever watched True Blood?
I've watched my parts, and I begged my parents to let me see some parts, kids, but I really badly want to see, spoiler alert, when Russell Edgington exploded. I didn't want to.
Right.
I said spoiler alert because I didn't want any listeners who haven't seen it yet. I just blew it for them, I guess.
Well, that's what I was wondering. Being that you're a kid, like, and it's not a kid show, like, did you know what you were getting yourself into? Were you a little freaked out at all?
No, because my parents all tell me about the show. I wasn't freaked out about it because my parents originally were like huge super fans. So when they got the call, they were like, "Oh my gosh, I love this show. You gotta book this role. It'd be so cool." So, oh my gosh, it's just so much fun because every single person is like so beyond nice. And that was like my first like real TV show. I didn't know what it was gonna be like. I don't know if like anybody like, oh, you're a kid, you're just a minor, but everybody pretty much treated me like an adult, which is like amazing.
So all right, let me ask you this. There's so much blood on the show. There's blood, like what you said, when he exploded into blood, and there's blood here and there's blood there. Do like people walk off the set and just have to like get hosed off with all the blood?
I think so. Yeah, they actually have showers in the trailers so people can actually wash off the blood. In fact, I once got blood on me, and it was like the best thing ever. I didn't take it off for the rest of the day.
Oh, that's so funny. So how do you like when you have your parts where you have to turn into a werewolf?
I love that because it was so hard to do that. You realize that it took so much concentration for me to be able to do that. It was really hard. I'm just messing with you.
I was going to say, like, it is a lot of concentration to, turn yourself into that little dog and that little cute whoopy dog. Yeah. But you're doing a good job, so that's all that matters.
And there's actually they couldn't use baby wolves because that's like wrong or something. So they actually used husky pups, and they grew up really fast. So I've actually had like 8 different puppies.
Oh wow!
In fact, they all had to look like the exact puppy. In fact, I once saw them putting makeup on the puppy because they need to make it look like the original dog.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, there was something that happened on the show this year with the woman that played your mom, where they killed her off. I mean, was that upsetting for you?
Yeah, because I've had her since the very first season. I mean, she was like one of the first people I've ever met on the show. So it was a sad scene for all of us to film.
Yeah, I was shocked. I really was shocked when they killed her off because she had just appeared at a convention near us, and I had just met her a few weeks before the season had started, and I had no idea. And next you know, she's blowing up, and I was like, no.
In fact, no one's safe on True Blood. That's a guarantee. In fact, the fifth season, at the very ending of the episode, that's when they were supposed to kill her off, but they actually saved it till the 6th episode because it was just like a boom, she's dead. In the 5th season, but they made it more dramatic for her, and I thought that's good. I mean, she was supposed to be a series regular. She was a fairly big character. I mean, at least give her a little bit of time to die.
Now, how about like True Blood's one of them shows where it's very secretive and they don't like no spoilers out, and it's like a top secret project. And each week, this part of the great thing about True Blood is everybody's wondering what's going to happen each week and who's going to die and who's this and who's that. Do like friends of yours or friends of your parents like constantly ask like what's going to happen and try to get the
Totally.
Yeah.
In fact, we have a lot of friends who are fans of the show, and they're like, please just tell me a little bit. And I'm like, that's a no-no. We can't tell you anything.
How about your friends at school? Do they treat you differently because you're on TV?
Actually, I don't go to school. I'm actually homeschooled, which is
Are you really?
a lot easier when you do the acting business.
I was
But
yeah.
I do have friends from Girl Scouts. I do Girl Scouts, which is like so much fun. It's a great way to just put down acting for a little bit and just relax and hang out with your friends and earn some badges.
There you go. You sell cookies too?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Look at
Maybe I
you.
can mail some to you next time
There you go.
Next time we sell them.
I'm going to buy my cookies from you this year.
Oh, yes. Yes, you gotta.
Well, let me ask you this. On True Blood, your storyline sort of runs parallel to the Sookie storyline, so there's not a whole lot of interaction there as far as Anna Paquin and your character goes. But I think that probably more than anybody else on the show, she probably has a lot that she could maybe teach you, or a lot that you could learn from her experiences as well, coming up as sort of a young child star. Have you guys had any chance to talk about acting in general or sort of your career?
Not really, because every time I see her, she's always in a rush to get to a scene. That's kind of how it is. You never really have downtime with True Blood or any acting in general, because it's like always like, hurry up, you gotta get to the scene, and oh wait, the camera's not working, so we gotta wait 5 hours. But I have talked to her. She's super nice, and I think it's pretty cool that I'm talking to an Oscar-winning actress who once did when she was like 13, or no, she was like my age, 11, I think. Yeah, so. And I've actually worked with, I know her husband more than I know her, because he was the director for episode 1, season 6. Oh my gosh, he is so unbelievably nice. If I could have most of my directors, I would probably be him, because he knows how to speak to an actor in order for them to understand.
So you've also done... Go ahead, Nick. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Faye.
I was going to say, you've also done stage work as well.
Yeah.
And performing in front of a live crowd. How's that? Do you like doing that compared to doing TV stuff, or?
Well, actually, I got it both ways. Back when I was last year, I actually went up to San Francisco, which was beautiful city. So to actually work with Kristen Shaw, who for her stand-up comedy, I was actually a heckler at the Fillmore, where I actually went up and had to do at least 15 minutes or 5 minutes of stand-up comedy, which was pretty hard because it's not like, okay, retake, you messed up that line. It's like, no, live audience. It was about like 400 people. It was pretty hard.
And that was that the one where you performed at the Fillmore?
Yes, yes.
I mean, that's a legendary place too. I mean,
I know. I'm like I went with my grandparents, and they're like, oh, these people performed here. These people performed here. I know Janis Joplin performed there. I think Led Zeppelin or Pink Floyd. I think. I'm not too sure. But it's so cool there. They have all the albums of who performed there and what album they were singing. It was so cool, and I had a great time.
Wow. Would you like to do that more in the future?
Oh, yeah, probably. Because I have a few friends whose moms are stand-up comedians.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Look at that.
Aubrey Anderson Emmons from Modern Family. Her mom, Amy Anderson Emmons, is, I've seen some of her stuff, and she is pretty funny. And she's really funny in real life. Mhm.
Now, we also mentioned early on about your Kids Corner segment. How'd you get started doing that?
Well, Comic-Con started it all. I was there, and we got in back in 2012, so it's been a year, and we got an interview where I had to do with Fox 5, so that was cool. And they just wanted me to come back. They said that they really liked me, and they wanted me to do a weekly segment where I talk about everything that's cool for kids.
That's awesome. It's really enjoyable.
It is. It's really fun. They're so, all of them are so nice.
So you have TV going on, a little bit of stuff on stage here and there, a little stand-up, a little Kids Corner. You're a little busy bee. You have a lot going on in your world for an 11-year-old.
Yeah, in fact, tonight, I'm so super sad that you guys missed it. I actually had a Dead Time Stories called Revenge of the Goblin, which are based on these books that I love so much. Oh my gosh, I so badly hope I can come back for another episode. It was so much fun to work on there. I love them so much, and it was on Nickelodeon tonight. It was so,
oh wow!
Can't wait to see it.
That's awesome. Look at you. So, what plans do you have in the future for us?
I'm hoping. Oh yes. Well, I got 2 shows that are coming up, like January of next year, and called Intelligence and Gang Related, and they're both 1 episode, and yeah, that seems really cool. I can't wait for that.
Look at you. Now, when does True Blood start filming again?
December-ish.
So that's around the corner.
Yeah.
Now, the Gang Related, is that what you said? That you're in 1 episode of that? Is that the Terry O'Quinn, the Fox series for 2014?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. That's absolutely. That's going to be really good. I'm going to have to make sure to look out for that.
Yep, it's pretty hard. It was a pretty hard scene to film, but I can't say anything. Just have to wait until next year to find out.
So here's a quick question I got to ask you too. Since you're a big fan of teddy scares, which one is your favorite bear?
Ooh, I don't know. I really like them all, but I think I like the one with the. Is there one? The one. You see, I don't know them that well. I just saw them at Comic-Con, but there's a new one that's a bride and its brain pops out. I think that is so cool.
That's too funny. So do you do a lot of the conventions as well now? Since you were at Comic-Con, that's like a big thing now. The whole
I've gone to
convention
Comic-Con and WonderCon.
Okay.
And hopefully more in the future, because there's a show on Sci-Fi called Heroes of Cosplay where they dress up as characters. I'm like, I saw that show, and I'm like, that is awesome, and I want to do that so badly. I am going to the next convention and dressing up as some character from.
Are you going to be like the next Yaya Han?
Yes, Yes! Oh my gosh! Yes, I'm going to be like her. Do you
That's
watch
a
the
whole
show?
big thing now. You know what? My daughter, I watch it with my daughter because my daughter, both of my daughters are both huge into the whole anime world and the cosplay, and they love it. So we sit and watch it together. And as a matter of fact, I've been trying to get a couple of the girls on the show, and I've had emails with them, but it's always like every weekend they're doing conventions and they're always traveling, and we can't get them on in time.
Yeah. Well, season 2 is around the corner, so yeah.
Oh, really?
They announced. In fact, they actually announced it today that season 2 is coming up soon.
Oh, wow.
And I saw it on. It's actually on Twitter. So yeah,
cool.
That will be fun.
Yeah, it's amazing what they can do with the costumes, how they make them.
I know. I'm like, how do these people do it? I mean, I'm like, oh yeah, we could totally do that. Oh wait, I don't know how to fabricate horns. Yeah, I don't know how they do that. They're like geniuses. I don't know why they don't get into the movie making world.
Well, you know what another cool show is that I think my favorite one on there. I guess I got to say Yaya. I mean, there's.
I would have to say my favorite is Holly and Jessica. They're. I just think that they work as a team and they do such a great job together.
You know what? I think they do too. Something about them, though, I don't know. Something about them annoys me. I don't know what it is. But they do work. But they do work good as a team together. Who's the other one? Victoria.
I like
Monica,
Becky.
Chloe, Jessie, and Ricky.
Who was the one? There was the one that was like kind of snobby and didn't want to let the other one cosplay with them.
Oh, that was Monica, and she said that to Becky. I was like, no, that's not right. That's not right.
That's everything that's against the whole cosplay world.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, have you ever been to like an anime convention? It's definitely interesting because I've been to a bunch of them with my daughter, and yeah, I mean, as myself, as the father, I walk around and just like, okay, kind of a little freaked out at times, but it's really cool what everybody does with their costumes, though.
Yeah, I know. I don't really know that much about anime. I know that my aunt is really into anime and stuff like that, but I'm not really familiar with the anime world.
Well, there's another show, I think it's on Sci-Fi as well. It's called Face Off. Have you ever seen that one?
Oh my gosh, I love that show. I'm like, oh my gosh. Have you been watching the past seasons?
I've watched a few of the episodes, but what they do is just as incredible as well.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I see where they're going, and they're making a living out of what they're doing.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I always think, oh my gosh, it's a huge mess, and it's not going to turn out right. But they somehow always manage to pull it together and make it awesome.
I sit there with my mouth open, just like, wow, how do they do this? It's just blown away. It's incredible.
I know. Who's your favorite on the show?
You know what? I don't even know their names. I've only seen it a couple times.
I really like Roy. He has the cowboy hat and the beard.
Okay.
He's so cool. The stuff that he does. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I was just sitting there with my mouth open. The last one I saw, I guess, was 2 weeks ago. And I was just sitting there with my mouth open watching it with my daughter, and I couldn't believe the stuff they were doing. But then to sit there and watch, like, the judges totally just rip them down. I was like, oof. Like, to me, it looks incredible. But I guess not.
I've actually met Glenn Hetrick and V. Neal at Comic-Con. And oh my gosh, if you saw that picture of me standing with them, it looks like I literally just met Santa Claus. I was so excited.
Now, how was the San Diego Comic-Con? 'Cause that's like the granddaddy of them all. I mean, that's so huge at San Diego.
Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. If you ever come out to California, you have to go to Comic-Con. It's so awesome. I mean, mostly a lot of walking, a lot of crowds, a lot of clunky costumes, like sometimes pushing you around. But you can look past all of that. It is so much fun. I mean, I've dressed up, but I've never gone to, like, the extreme, which I want to, but it always, somehow, we always just run out of time. And, like, It's, like, 2 nights before Comic-Con, and we're like, quick, what are we going to do? So it's, like, freak out.
Now, were you there as, like, did you have, like, a table there signing autographs, or were you just there as a fan?
Nope. Just there as a fan.
Really?
I haven't gotten to that point yet, because hopefully I will. Hopefully.
Yeah, you got to do that. I mean, that's huge. A lot of the other True Blood people do it. How about The Walking Dead? I mean, they're always at all the conventions.
Oh, my gosh. I don't watch the show, but I can't wait till I'm old enough, too, because I'm like, sometimes I walked past that Walking Dead booth, and they were showing previews, and they're like, okay, keep walking. I'm like, no. I'm just going to watch it for a little bit. Oh, my gosh. Like, yeah, that's my dream. I want to do that scary zombie, like, stuff. I love that so much.
No, let me ask. I don't know if we cover this earlier or not, but I think they announced that this season is going to be the final season of True Blood. Have you heard anything back regarding your character?
No, not yet, and I'm very sad that the final season, I know, it's just, I hope that I get a call saying, we want Chloe back for season 7. That would be like victory dance worthy.
we got to start the movement. We got to get Chloe back on True Blood. Make sure she's there.
And contact HBO and want Chloe back, please.
There you go, everybody. Contact HBO and tell them you want Chloe back. We want Chloe. Hashtag. Call them up and leave them a message and say, hashtag, we want Chloe back.
Oh, my gosh, yes, we want Chloe.
And everything's got to be with a hashtag. So, I'm going to tweet that right now. We want Chloe back. Too funny. Look, I'm trying to type and talk to you at the same time. I'll wait because I can't think and chew gum at the same time. It's hard for me.
You asked me what my favorite teddy scare is, but what's your favorite teddy scare?
Rita Mortis, because my daughter's name is Rita.
Oh, what special feature does he have? Because I know that they all have like a special.
I think she's the one that comes maybe with the wrecking ball. I forget.
Wait, does she have the like black stripe of hair and that checkered red dress?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I love her. She's so awesome. I have a few of their comics, and I think she's like totally awesome and like punk rocky, and like I love her backstory about when she was a loved teddy bear and how she evolved from cute little white furry with a hair bow to that, thinking that she was sewn together by the devil. She actually.
Did you ever see the little
that.
cartoon?
There's a cartoon?
There's a little cartoon that somebody made. And actually, I think like Mark Hamill did voices on it and Linda Blair. It's on YouTube.
Wow.
I'll find it and send it over to your mom. It's like a 7-minute cartoon.
Yes.
But they have.
Cool.
I was just at their offices 2 weeks ago. They have a lot of big things that are working on that I can't say yet, but.
Oh my gosh.
Very good things in the teddy scare world.
Like, you gotta call me when they do, and look on their website right now. I love them so much. So cool.
That's fine. I'm writing your number down right now, so we have it in our files, and I have your mom's contact, so we're gonna keep you updated on teddy scares.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, thank you for being. This was a fun interview.
Oh my God! Thank you for having me. This was a very fun interview.
You're a cool kid, and I love your enthusiasm.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Can I get you to say something before we let you go? Can you just say, "This is Chloe Noelle of True Blood, and you're listening to Totally Driven Radio."
This is Chloe Noelle from True Blood, and you're listening to Totally Driven Radio. That is awesome.
I love that. Thank you.
Thank you, too.
Well, everybody remember, contact HBO, whether you call them, you tweet them, you email them, Facebook them, whatever you need to do, and tell them, #We want Chloe back.
Yes, we want Chloe back. Thank you so much.
All right, Chloe, thanks so much for being a guest, and we'll keep in touch, and thank you.
Totally. Gonna go check out the Teddy Scares website. Thank you. Bye.
See you. Bye. Oh, that's too funny. That was Chloe Noelle, and I mean it. We need to get her back on True Blood. So #We want Chloe back. I'm going to put it out there.
Hey, you have no idea how much free time I have and how far I'm going to run with this HBO getting Chloe back thing. Wait until tomorrow.
Oh, too funny.
Oh, man. That's
all right,